Good morning. I'm gonna try to get in here and get this out of the way. I went ahead and put in what I'm looking for today and how I see Apple going. Let me start off with saying this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing what I see on the chart, the key levels I'm watching, and what will confirm confirm the next move. Um, always do your own due diligence and do your own research because you can lose money. Trading is always a risk, but hopefully this can help in your research. But what I see, how it all started, I go to the day for the most part. I look at the day and see what we got. If using if you're familiar with the strat, just basically two continuation. It looks like these lines I didn't have on my chart yesterday, but on my EMAs, you go to the indicator, you type in you can type in EMA or moving average. I put two of those on the thing on my chart. I use the 8 and I use the 21, which is institution. One for fast, 21 is slow. Kind of let me know what price is. When I mark my previous day high, previous day low, I do go down to the 6 hour because if one thing I know, the 6 hour, which is a higher time frame with strong movement, normally when price breaks one of those, it's going. I can count on it to go and hit my target, but for me, that's not just because it breaks doesn't mean I'm getting in. I look for a retest and hold, and then go down. But I trade off the 15, and But let me go one more place. An hour is kind of where I try to look what key levels, where price change to mark out key levels that I'm looking at, where I can use as my targets. As you can see here, is my take profits, both for puts and calls. I use green for puts because it's also where price could bounce and take it back up, or I use red for resistance as it can come up and pull it back down. And also, um, sometimes your other lines can have double duty, just like with previous day high, can also have the double duty of take profit too. So, but I do after I do that, I come on down. I go to the 15 and if you notice the 15, the last candle on the 15 lines up with the 6 hour. So that's another reason that it helps with my break and retest because I know it matches a higher time frame when it does. So, like I said, I'm looking at the Apple on that 15-minute chart. This is time frame that I trade in and I do my execution. Sometimes I go down to the 5 if I want to, if everything is lining up to get in a even better entry point. So I will come down once I know see where it's going and coming back. I'll come to the 5 minute and for entry point. But for this video and for the most part for my edge, I like the 15 because it gives me better confirmation. Um, and I see like right now, I'll see like where Apple left off is at 293.07, and we see that it's below the and even now, we can see if you see over here, this showing pre-market is already below the previous day low and that 6 hour. So we see what's going on in the pre-market. You can change. I can change it over here. So this helps me to even know that I'm in my biases puts right now. But what I was looking for, even though it broke here, it has to come back and test to see if I was going down. But I stay on a regular time frame. So this is that key level for me, 293.07. If buyers defend it, we could see a bounce attempt. But if sellers break, as we already know they broke, but they have to, for me, they have to come back and let me know that they truly have it. They are truly in charge. So once it fails to, once Apple breaks the 293 as it has, it my downside levels once it break and retest, I'm looking at 289.68. Previous at 291, but it was already close. I moved it down a little bit because on 15, you can see here these are two levels that it's interested in. So 289.68 and as well as about 289.41.53, somewhere around that area. Bullish, it would have to come and reclaim the 295.50 and break a retest. Like I said, it's the top of the 15 minute. So breaking show me that it has. So I'm looking at my first take profit, 297.49. Then, like I said, I used previous day high as well as take profit as my TP2 at 299.71. If you want to keep running, as spot as Apple can do, is go 301.32. Um, like I said, my edge is waiting for a reaction at the levels. I'm not trying to guess. I want levels, reaction, confirmation, target, and validations. So basically, I wait for the market to tell me to what it's going to do. So for me, Apple is simple. Below 293.07 as it already is. Sellers are have control above 295.50. Bulls have a chance. Anything between those levels is choppy, and I sit out. Sitting out is also it's also a trade. So and sometimes it's just smarter trade. Again, one thing I left out, I know I don't want to ever get into a trade without having stop loss. That's why I wait for the pullback and retest. So if it comes back to my 293.07 and holds and my stop loss is on the other side of that, maybe around maybe like a 30, 40, 50 cents stop loss, but it just depends on how far the pullback running that. But just to save face, that's the reason when it pulls back, I do just go on the other side of the pullback place, and vice versa. So if it comes up here and it goes above and comes out, my stop loss will be on the other side of that. Just to say that's considered protecting your investment, pretty much protecting your your wins. You don't want to give the market back more than it deserves. It don't so, but you want to keep all your money. So if you don't have a stop loss, you don't know where you. So if you don't know when you going how what it's gonna take to get out, to get you out, then you don't know where you want to go as far as the take profit. Then that means you're not ready to trade. So we want to trade responsibly. So always have that stop loss. Always know where you want to get out and trade responsibly. Again, I'm still learning. So if anything in here that's not um, that you don't agree with, or you can show me something different, please pop a comment. Tell me something new. I'm always open to learn, and we can learn from each other. I'm learning that from my boy Dave, who got videos. Who'll probably pop a video in here soon. I think his name, I have to look it up, but maybe I can share it here or something. But look what Dave K. Clinton, I think that's his name. But if not, um, neither here nor there. Y'all just trade responsibly. Y'all have a great day. I hope your plans work out and everything after you've done your research, you make all that you come to get. You get out, sit down, and we'll try to do this again tomorrow. Peace. God bless.